Oh no, I forgot that I had to make my video. I just was like, wow, I thought I had a lot to do today, but I don't. Just kidding, because I actually have a lot and I forgot to study for my quiz too, so this day is just going by swimmingly. Swimmingly. I think the theme for this week we agreed was going to be our top 10 favorite whatever. Yes, Lauren, I was inspired by your top 10 things you're obsessed with. I'm sorry, but now you're going to have to make a new top 10. So you can just do top 10, your favorite friends, favorite movies, whatever you want. No surprise, but I'm going to do my top 10 favorite TV shows because I'm obsessed with TV shows. Like, obsessed. So this is just going to be off the top of my head. What are my top 10 favorite TV shows? We're going to start with 10 and work our way up to 1. So, not that you're all going to know, but yeah. Number 10 is Awkward. And I know you guys are all going to make fun of me, but I don't care because I really like Awkward and I think it's really funny and cute and quirky and it's just sarcastic and snarky and I like it. And yeah, it's just about a girl named Jenna and about a girl named Jenna, and it just starts with people think she tried to kill herself, but she really didn't. She's just like one big, really big misunderstanding and accident. Yeah, but it's funny and clever and sometimes annoying, but I do like it. Number 9. New Girl, which I at first was not that impressed with New Girl when I started watching it when it first came out, and then so I kind of like watched the first episode and I was like lame, and then I just like clicked off, and then on Tumblr people had gifs of it and like a few weeks later and I was like, oh, maybe it got good, and it did. So now I love New Girl and I highly recommend it because I know not a lot. I only think like Caroline watches it, maybe Lindsay, but it's really good. It's about a girl who's really nerdy and quirky, and her name is Jess, and she just got cheated on by her boyfriend. Yeah, that's how it started. We're way past that now. We don't care about him anymore. But yeah, and so she moves in. She like moves out of that apartment and she moves into a new apartment with these 3 guys. First there was a guy named Coach, but he was only in the pilot and then he was gone. And then Nick, who's my love, and Schmidt. And pretty much the show is just great, and they're all just so funny together, and I love it. And Nick Miller is sarcastic, grumpy, and just everything I love in a man, so what's not to love? Number 8, Once Upon a Time. Because Once Upon a Time is an amazing show, and because it manages to be adorable, but freaking intense at the same time, because I just had no idea what is ever going on in that show. Yeah. I think now Lauren, Lindsay, and Jenna watch this show. Caroline, you need to watch it. Katie, you don't watch TV shows, so I'm not really like aiming this towards you. But I mean, if you were gonna watch a TV show, you should watch this one. Yeah, Once Upon a Time is about like fairy tale characters being trapped in our world, so it already sounds awesome, and it's just all of the Disney stories and it's amazing, and now they have Mulan and Aurora and I'm obsessed with them. So yeah, I mean I wasn't obsessed with Aurora before. Mulan's my favorite Disney princess, but now Aurora's just so cool, especially after the last episode. And Captain Hook is hot, but he's a douche. Okay, for number 7 I'm going to have to say Teen Wolf. I'm doing this yeah, I'm gonna do this like based on like how much quality I think they have, because like other shows that are gonna come after this, I actually never ended up finishing the series, but I still think they're really good. I just didn't end up finishing them, but I still kind of like them better. I don't know, it's weird. But Teen Wolf is number 7, and Teen Wolf is about a guy named Scott who gets bitten by a wolf. Well, a werewolf, and he turns to a werewolf, and it's about him being a werewolf. And the whole best part of the show is his best friend Styles, who I'm totally in love with, and he's sarcastic and funny and just everything good in this world, and he's brave and loyal, and I just love him. And that's essentially like the best part of the show. But yeah, but it's a good show. I really like, Lindsay knows because Lindsay likes this show too. I really like the setup of Teen Wolf, like how it's not a monster of the week kind of show like Doctor Who is. It's kind of just like a chapter of a book, like it just keeps on going with the same plot, and I really like that. But yeah, I mean sometimes it's a little cheesy and sometimes the acting is a little over dramatic, but I like it. Number 6, I'm going to say definitely has to be Avatar: The Last Airbender, because I'm in love with that show, like completely and totally, and I don't care it's a cartoon because it's so good, and just, yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender is definitely number 6. Oh, it's so good. Okay, if you guys don't know what Avatar: The Last Airbender is about, you've been living under a rock, because the show was like really popular when we were kids. But pretty much there's this war, and there's these 4 different powers. And there's 4 different nations: the Fire Nation, Water Nation, Earth Kingdom. Oh, I guess Earth Nation, Earth Kingdom, really, and Air. And like, so those are like the 4 Air Nation. That's like the 4 stuff. And then the Fire Nation like goes berserk, and they try to like kill everyone. And it's actually really like serious, like, right? That's a kid show, and it's pretty much going to genocide. And they like completely wipe out the Air Nation, except for a kid named Aang, who's the Avatar. And he possesses all 4 of these powers, but he has to learn how to harness them and defeat the Fire Lord. And it's so good. And just, I know it's a kid show, and I know you're gonna judge me, but just watch it. Just like, and you're gonna be all like, Shannon, that sounds kind of like a little kid. No, okay, it's amazing. It's like, it's kiddie-ish and has cheesy jokes, but it's so good. And I'm in love with Sokka and Zuko, and just watch it. Just do it. Okay, for number 5, I'm going to say The Office. I never finished The Office. That's why I feel really guilty for putting The Office on here. But I did watch the first 4 seasons and the half of the 5th season, and I really, really, really liked the first 4 seasons. Like, I was literally obsessed, and I have the DVDs, and I have the 5th season on DVD too, and I just watched them, like, you know, like 2 months, and I was so obsessed, and I really, really did like it. And I just kind of lost my, like, love, like, not that I don't know, I just kind of lost my spark with the show, I guess, and, like, once I finished watching that, I just felt like, I don't know, the story felt kind of completed for me, even though I know it wasn't, so I just didn't kind of continue with it. I know Caroline's gonna yell at me for putting this on my list because I didn't finish it. It has to be up here because I loved it so much, and sophomore year was just completely me being obsessed with The Office, and I just can't imagine it not being on here, and it's just a bit more of a quality show than a lot of other shows, so yeah, it had to be on here. For number 4, I'm going to say Sherlock. Sherlock is a quality show. I forget Sherlock because Sherlock's never on because there's only 3 episodes per season, but Sherlock is definitely making it onto this list because it is a quality television show. Pretty much Sherlock is just a modern day version of Sherlock Holmes, and Sherlock and Watson totally have an epic romance going on, and it's so good, and I don't understand how series 2 ended, and I was so confused, and it's just amazing. And if you have sensed a trend, I typically have a crush on the sidekick, so yeah, I am in love with John, and I am not afraid to admit it. But yeah, it's so good, and so well written, and just perfect adaptation, and it's just, so good. And so heartbreaking too, completely and utterly heartbreaking. My 3rd favorite show is Skins. It's weird because Skins doesn't really fit on this list if like you think about all these other nerdy shows I watch, but I am in love with Skins. It's just about a bunch of like British teenagers who are really raunchy and party all the time and have a lot of sex and do a lot of drugs, and I don't do that, but you know what? It's still a really good show. I know a lot of people like the show for that, but I don't. And so that's why I think I get a lot more out of the show, though, because I know people are easily turned off when that stuff's not as much in an episode, and people are like, oh, this episode sucked, there were not enough like, partying and shit. And I don't watch Skins because of that. I think it's really compelling. It goes into like really deep issues with teenagers, and the characters are amazing and iconic, and the relationships are just so well done, and just I really, really like Skins. And I like that Skins doesn't always have a happy ending. I know it's weird because most people are really pissed off about it. I like it because that's life, and I think it's like, it's an exaggeration, but it has realistic qualities. Yeah. For my number 2 favorite show of all time, number 2 is definitely Friends. I am obsessed with Friends. Friends is an amazing show, and I just think that everyone in the world should watch Friends because it's so good, and it's just so, like, perfect. Like, I literally do not dislike a single episode of Friends, and it doesn't matter what episode I watch, I will always be hysterically laughing through the entire thing because it's just so good and so funny. It's just so funny, and the characters are so amazing, and I love their relationships, and I just love the story arcs. Actually, yeah, since there's 6 of us, and there's 6 of the Friends, I'm going to assign Friends characters to each of us in honor of me loving this show so much. I am obviously the Chandler of the group. Let's see, who would I give Rachel to? Rachel is Jenna. Yeah. Where's Jenna Joey? Jenna actually might be Joey. Caroline is Monica. Lindsay is Phoebe. Katie is Ross. Definitely. Lauren. Yeah, I would say Lauren is Rachel and Jenna is Joey. Now it's time for my #1 favorite TV show of all time. I bet you guys are really wondering what this is. Yeah, but you're not, because my favorite TV show is Doctor Who, which you all know, and I got you all to watch it except for Katie, so yeah. Pretty much, Doctor Who is about an alien who travels through space and time, and if you don't know this, then I don't know who you are, because I don't know how you'd be watching this video. Anyway, yeah, I love Doctor Who, and I love it for all its faults and everything, because I just think that it has so much heart, and it's just a really good show, and I love it. And, you know, I love the Doctor. I think he's the most tragic, dynamic character. I love all the companions. Rose not as much as the other ones, because everyone has to have their least favorite companion. Rose is mine. I know, bizarre, but yeah. And I love Rory Williams. I just wish I was Rory Williams. I am Rory Williams, honestly. I'm Rory Williams without the opportunity to be a badass. I love Amy, and I love Martha, and I love Donna, and I just love all of them. I love Rose too, and I love Mickey, and just I love all the characters, and I love their relationships, and I love the storylines and the adventures, and I love the feeling that you get when like it's the last episode of the series and they just fix everything, and you're just like, yeah, that's the Doctor. Yeah. I had a great time seeing you guys this week. Happy birthday, Katie. I know it's like a week late, but happy birthday, and I hope I get this video up on time. I'll see you guys, and I look forward to seeing your top 10.